goal today is to properly acknowledge the efforts of these 6 athletes who have excelled in both the academic and athletic arena. To compete at the next level is a dream that is achieved by only a select few. At this time, I would like to introduce today's honorees. First, Erica Belenke.
Erica Belenke, the University of Delaware. Erica chose Delaware for its clean and beautiful campus and her familiarity with the diving program due to the fact that she has been going there to practice 3-meter for the past 3 years. Delaware's traditionally strong academic reputation was also a major factor in Erica's decision. There have been many individuals who have helped Erica get to where she is today and have encouraged her to be the best she can be and to pursue all of her dreams. They include her mother Terry, her father Walt, and her younger sister Lauren, as well as the rest of her family and all of her friends and teammates. Erica would especially like to thank her diving coach, Carrie Lehman, who has left a huge impact on her in her diving career. In her spare time, Erica loves to relax and spend time with family while also finding time to hang out with friends. Erica's most memorable athletic moment here at Parkland would be making it to states and then placing 4th in the state championship meet. This left her with a true feeling of accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, Erica Belenke.
Our second honoree, Jamie Mulaney.
Jamie Mulaney, the University of Notre Dame. Jamie visited Notre Dame in September and fell in love with its atmosphere and tradition. The student body and faculty were very kind and welcoming. The close-knit community, the gorgeous campus, and the many opportunities that the university offers to thrive in the classroom, as an athlete, and as a person made Notre Dame feel like home. Some of the people who have been positive influences on Jamie include her parents, Tony and Margie Melandra, many supportive relatives, Coach Eric Posgay, her teammates and friends, many encouraging teachers, Monsignor Murphy, and Director of Religious Education and Notre Dame alum Kevin Demitz from St. Thomas More Church, and finally Jamie's piano teacher, Grace Mealy. In her spare time, Jamie loves to hang out with her family and friends and play piano. Jamie's most memorable athletic moment was the 2006 PIAA State Swimming and Diving Championships, where she helped bring home the state title. According to Jamie, it felt surreal to be part of such a great team and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Melandra.
Our third honoree, Jamie Motzko.
Jamie Motzko, Millersville University. Jamie chose Millersville due to its top-ranked education program, the beautiful campus, the friendly people, and the overall environment. The softball coach and the girls on the team were also major factors in Jamie's decision due to their team goals and positive attitudes. Jamie has been positively influenced by her family, especially her mother, father, and brother, as well as her Nana and Papa. They are truly her biggest supporters and fans. In addition, Jamie's middle school and high school coaches, Glenn Ray, Gary Search, Barry Williams, and Michelle Steele, have always been there to further develop and refine her skills. She would especially like to thank them for all their time and dedication to the team. Finally, Jamie's list would not be complete without mentioning Mrs. Debbie Topp, who was her child development teacher and who inspired her in class and inspires her to continue to excel outside of the classroom. In her limited spare time, Jamie likes to spend time with family and friends, as well as being outdoors and bike riding. Jamie has 2 very memorable athletic moments. The first one being last season when Parkland beat Nazareth under the lights to win the Lehigh Valley Conference title at Pates Park. The other memorable moment was hitting one out at last year's home game against Emmaus. The home run cleared the fence in center field, just left of the scoreboard. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Motzko. Elliot Shepard, Elliott chose Dominican for its location and overall campus environment, the combination of a great lacrosse program and excellent academics, and a distance not too far from home. Some of the people who have made this all possible for Elliott include his mother Linda, his father Jim, his sister Mackenzie, and his brother Adam, as well as coaches Alan Nist, Lou Gonzalez, Charlie Incalcaterra, Mark Smith, John Seitzinger, and Jeffrey Chenworth, and friends Tom Carfagna, Drew Cohen, A.P. Nist, Amanda Darty, Mark Winkelspecht, and DJ Glissards. In his spare time, Elliott likes to hang out with friends, play and practice lacrosse, and listen to music. Elliott's most memorable athletic moment at Parkland is being a part of Parkland's first PIAA-sanctioned varsity lacrosse team. The club team label is officially gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliott Shepard.
Our fifth honoree, Deanna Stinner.
Deanna Stinner, St. Joseph's University. Deanna chose St. Joe's due to its top-ranked academic programs, the commitment of the athletic department to the softball program, and the location and overall atmosphere of the school. Some of the people who have been positive influences in Deanna's life include her parents, Ed and Mel, who have attended every one of her games and have offered support no matter what. Deanna would also like to thank Coach Ray, Coach Search, Coach Williams, Coach Krause, and Coach Tice for offering their time and energy, and of course her teammates, who have become her best friends. In her free time, Deanna likes to spend time hanging with friends, watching movies, and on occasion sleeping in. Deanna's most memorable athletic moment was winning league titles in both softball and volleyball. Ladies and gentlemen, Deanna Stinner.
Our last honoree, Caitlin Zako.
Katie Zyko, Duquesne University. Katie chose Duquesne for its top-rated elementary education program and the opportunity to spend 4 years in an incredible city like Pittsburgh. The Duquesne swim team and head coach Dave Sheets were also very welcoming and friendly. As an added bonus, the head of the education department at Duquesne took Katie to Starbucks for a Frappuccino. To quote Katie, how can you say no to a school that buys you a Starbucks Frap? Some of the people who have been positive influences in Katie's life include her father Jim and mother Linda, who have lent their unconditional love and support and have taught her to cherish each day and live her life to the fullest. Katie's brother Jim may be shocked to hear that she also looks up to him, for he has taught her to relax and enjoy life. Other influences include Coach Eric Posgay, former Parkland swimmer Tiffany Bell, all of her teammates, and the entire Emmaus swim team. For the rivalry with them truly motivates Katie to get up at 5:15 a.m. for morning practice. As for her future career in education, former Kernsville 5th grade teacher Mrs. Kelly Fragan and Katie's Aunt Bridget, who teaches 1st grade in New Jersey, were major influences. In her limited spare time, Katie likes to relax with family and friends. She enjoys listening to music and baking cookies, which really don't last long in her house once they exit the oven. Katie's most memorable athletic moment at Parkland was being one of 3 freshmen on the 2006 State Swimming and Diving Championship team. The feeling of state gold is an experience that Katie will cherish for the rest of her life. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Zyko.
My name is Rich Fatzer. I'm the athletic director of Parkland High School, and what I'd like to do at this time is to introduce the various coaches of these athletes, give them an opportunity to say a few words. After they give their comments, I'll ask the parents of each of the athletes to come up, and you see the little Ray Parkland High School table. That's where you'll sign for your letter of intent. At that time, Mr. Herb will also be taking a picture so we can pass it on to you as well. At this time, speaking for Jamie Melandra, Coach Eric Posgay.
Before I recognize Jamie, I'd like to recognize Jamie's parents, Tony and Margie Melandra. Jamie could not have accomplished everything she has without your constant support and many car trips to and from the pool. Through this, you developed a great swimmer for a daughter, but an even better person. Thank you, Tony, Margie, and the rest of Jamie's family. As I stand before you today, the saying, "Time flies," has a new meaning for me. It seems like yesterday that I met Jamie and the rest of the seniors for the very first time 4 summers ago when I first got hired. Now I only have the privilege to coach Jamie and the rest of the seniors for another 2 months as they finish up their time at Parkland. As I reflect on everything Jamie has accomplished during her 3.5 years at Parkland, it would be easy for me to fill 15 minutes talking about all of her accolades in the pool. In my opinion, no female swimmer in the program has ever accomplished more to this point in their career than Jamie has. What she has accomplished is staggering. 7-time state champion, current state record holder in 2 events, multiple individual and district champion, and 3-time Morning Call Swimmer of the Year, just to name a few of her many accomplishments. However, I do not list these as her most important accomplishments. Jamie's most important accomplishments transcend individual accolades and relay accolades in the pool. Whether she has realized it or not, Jamie has been a team leader since her freshman year. No one has meant more to this program over the past 4 years than Jamie. She was the very first athlete to buy into what the young new coach was saying. As a new coach in every sport experiences, the easiest way to establish yourself in your new job is to have a few athletes buy into your program, have a lot of success, thus making it a lot easier for everyone to get on board. Jamie bought in from day one, and her success made it easier for everyone else to buy in. She committed herself to the training program and has reaped the benefits. The success we have had in this program over the past 4 years is because she bought into the program, making it easier for everybody else to buy in. Her work ethic has been phenomenal, and she has always been willing to be that athlete leading by example. I have also never met an athlete so devoted to her teammates than her. Jamie is always there for her teammates during good times and tough times. She is there to offer encouragement and to help them with whatever they need. Regardless of whatever she has accomplished, I know it means more to her for when the team has succeeded, as she mentioned before, in what she thought was the most memorable part of her career. Jamie is that type of athlete whose impact on her teammates will mean more than all the individual accomplishments as a swimmer. Jamie will leave Parkland as a great swimmer, but by far an even better leader, teammate, and person. The final piece of Jamie's legacy is her impact on all the future younger swimmers in the Parkland School District. I want to share a story with Jamie that I've never told her. I had a conversation back in the fall with one of the many 11-year-old girls in our aquatic program. At the end of it, I asked her what her goals were for the future, and without hesitating, she told me she wanted to be the next Jamie Melandra. I explained to her, why don't you focus on being the first Erica Freeman, because there will never be another Jamie Melandra. In my mind, this example alone transcends any individual accomplishment she had in the pool. Thank you, Jamie, for everything you've done for Parkland swimming and diving and what you mean for the future of it. I wish you the best of luck at the University of Notre Dame, and I look forward to seeing your continued academic and athletic success. Jamie Melandra.
At this time, would Anthony and Marjorie Melandra come up, please? Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Melandra. Our next coach to speak is Coach Carrie Lehman, to speak on behalf of Erica Belenke.
She's accepted a scholarship to attend the University of Delaware to be a Fighting Blue Hen, and I had the chance today to speak with her future diving coach, Pete Matreko at the university, and he just wanted to say that he cannot wait to be able to work with Erica and coach a diver, a student of her caliber. So he's very excited to have her in the fall. You know, as a coach, today is one of my favorite days of the year. And it's one of my favorite days because we get the chance to reflect back on someone that we've worked with for a long time and get to look back at the journey of where we've come from and how far we've come. And it's really fun to look back. You know, for Erica, this whole journey started, I think it was 7th grade. And she was coming out of gymnastics, had an injury where she wasn't able to continue. So she came in to us to dive, and I think the first day she walked in a leotard, not a swimsuit. Had kooky hair, the whole gym with kooky hair thing going on. And she was afraid to jump very high, afraid to dive on her head, but she came back for more. But that's where it all started. And it wasn't, well, you know, just a lot of work, a lot of steady progress. And, you know, through her commitment and her love of the sport and the friendships that she developed with her teammates, many of whom are sitting out here today, it led her to places that she never could have imagined. She's traveled around and been to meet some great places like Boston, Buffalo, Moultrie, Georgia, great places. Last summer, she had a chance to qualify for senior national championships with her synchro partner, Lauren Brown, who I believe is probably here. But the highlight for Erica so far must be her 4th place finish in states last year. Unexpected, very close to a 3rd, which would have made her very, very happy. But that 4th place was great for her. And to think back from the first day to where she's come so far gives me a great amount of satisfaction. You know, as we look at the success that all of our athletes have gained here, we also realize that it comes as a result of some sacrifice on all of their parts. These kids love what they do, but at some point they made the decision where they want to give up other things to be able to be on this stage here today. And whether that's the swimmers making the decision to give up any shot sleeping in on a Saturday morning or any morning over the summer, or whether it's Erica's case, giving up every Sunday for 4 years to make a 6-hour trip to dive 3 meter where we can't do it locally. They've all given up a lot, and it's so great to see that it's worthwhile. It's helped their dreams come true, and it's all worth the trip. And as I look out here, I see Erica's family out here. Walt, Terry, her sister Lauren here to support her today. They've also sacrificed someone, and they know how much time you've given up and how hard you have worked, Erica. And they are so proud to know that your work has brought you to the point where you have reached your dream, getting a college scholarship, and they could not be prouder of you to sit here and look at you today. And I am just as proud of you. Erica Belenke, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Erica Belinky. Our third presenter is Coach Barry Search to speak on behalf of Jamie Motzko. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate all you did for our program as athletic director. Also, Coach Snizak, Principal Snizak, for his efforts. Again, it's a great privilege to be here at Parkland and coach, and under these circumstances. I have the pleasure today of presenting Jamie Motzko. I am not the head coach. Our head coach decided to take a 6-week hiatus in sunny Florida, so I'm here. Jamie is a great story. I've had a wonderful time. I've had a wonderful time as a coach, coaching Jamie. It's just a great thing that we had. Steph and Jim, I know you guys are really proud of her. I know Mom spent countless days at practice and all those candle sales and great support, and we really thank you very much. There are 3 words the coaching staff and I have used to describe Jamie: persevering, focused, and metamorphic. The metamorphic was my idea because of biology. Jamie is not only an outstanding softball player, she's also an outstanding student. I have witnessed this excellence firsthand as she has participated in numerous science fairs that I have been associated with. She has done outstanding work there, and she is a model student. Jamie has been supported by her parents, and she entered the varsity program as a freshman. She impressed the coaches at fall ball and again at spring tryouts. And I must say, she was a bit rough around the edges that first time we were out there. And I've seen her refine her play and become one of the league's top third basemen. This past year, she was named to the first team Lehigh Division and second team All-Conference All-Star team. This transformation did not come easy. As one example I will give you. One thing we require our players to do is get dirty. And for some reason, I didn't know if the wash machine was broke or what the deal was, but Jamie just couldn't get that uniform dirty. And we worked very hard, and we're now finding that getting dirty at practice is a routine, and she really gives it up at third base and does a fantastic job. The first 2 years, and even last year, other very good players challenged Jamie for the opportunity to start at third base. These challenges showed the coaching staff that Jamie possessed the determination and an ability to fight through the difficult times, in the end, making her even stronger with her determination to succeed. And we did have some times, and we did have some ups and downs, but she was determined. She was determined that she was going to be there and she was going to play. It is this ability to deal with setbacks that I believe have driven Jamie to adopt a great work ethic in both the weight room and on the playing field. She has set goals and works hard to obtain these goals that she has set. As a senior, her work ethic in the weight room this year has been matched by no one. Many nights she remains after the official workout is over to put some extra time in, running on the treadmill and doing other exercises. It has been a great experience to work with you, Jamie. You're focused, you have a great personality, you have a great desire, and you have made the last 3 years as a coach a pleasant experience for me, and I know for our coaching staff. I know you'll be successful in all your endeavors, and I wish you the best at Millersville, and we're just looking forward to this season to get after it again. Thank you, Jamie, and congratulations. Stephanie Motzko come up. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Motzko. To speak on behalf of Elliott, Coach Jeff Chenworth.
I'm excited to have the opportunity to celebrate with Elliott today, and I'm not surprised that Dominican College would want a kid like Elliott because he's a very good lacrosse player and a very good kid. He's one of our top middies, and watching him play, one of the things that distinguishes him is that he has a powerful and accurate shot. And that doesn't sound like much until you see a ball whiz by your head at about 80, 85 miles an hour. And I spoke to one of our younger goalies who had one of these shots whiz by his head, and I said, you know, what did you see? What did you feel? And he said, well, I didn't so much see as much as I heard. And I said, did it scare you? And he said, well, not so much, because he never hits me, he always hits the net. So Elliott's definitely going to help his team. He's also one of our fastest players, and with the work that he put in during the off season, he's significantly increased his strength, which is going to bode well for our spring and also for his career at Dominican College. When Elliott was a freshman, in the first week of practice, he did the work that it took to be able to earn a JV jersey, actually supplanting an upperclassman. And after giving some time thinking about the role he'd play and what he could do and how he could play, he chose to turn in his JV jersey and play another year of youth lacrosse. Now, to my knowledge, no player in the lacrosse program before or since has taken the same step. Now, I'm not sure if Elliott is unusually self-aware or has a great deal of empathy for teammates, but by choosing to play that year of youth, he really developed as a team leader, and his game kind of went to a different level. Not sure that he'd had the same experience playing JV at a lower level or with less impact on his team. And so he's not just a good player, but he's a good kid, and I'm sure that he's going to have a great career at Dominican College, although I have to tell you I'm a little more focused on what's going to happen this spring. And so, Elliott, I'll just leave you with the fact that the weight room opens in an hour. Elliott Shepard, congratulations.
James and Linda Shepard, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliott Shepard. This is the most Coach Search has worked in about 2 months. Coach Barry Search.
to have another one of our softball players up here, and that's Deanna Stinner. Well, I could spend time, but that's for another day and for another time. Deanna has decided to play softball for St. Joe's next year. The coaching staff and I are very happy to see this talented athlete and wonderful young lady continue her softball endeavors at such a fine college. Deanna, along with being an outstanding softball player, has also made her mark as a fine academic student and also an outstanding volleyball player. Deanna's contribution to the volleyball team was in part responsible for the fine season they've had in the past 2 years. I spoke to Coach Krause this past fall. He indicated that the leadership that Deanna provided helped mold the volleyball team and added to the team's cohesiveness. I know she did a great job. I've seen some of the matches, and I was just so was so happy that of her performance, and I know she did a great job in volleyball also. Deanna began her softball experience on the varsity team after playing the middle school program and participating in many summer league programs. She made the varsity team as a freshman, which is no easy task, especially being a pitcher. She came to us, though, with great technical skills, which have to be credited to her dad and to Coach Windsor. They both worked with her extensively before she even got to us, and I know that's just great work because they do a great job. And she came, and we got started in 8th grade. We saw her, and then 9th grade she came in, and she was it was a great thing to have her there with us. Deanna is one of the top pitchers in the Valley, but she's also an offensive force. We usually don't get pitchers who are real good hitters. I didn't say anything about running the bases, but we'll leave it at that. It was as a freshman Deanna began to pitch. She challenged some of our more seasoned pitchers who were seniors for playing time and compiled an impressive record, winning many big games for us. Likewise, as a sophomore and a junior, she had continued to provide her team with outstanding pitching performances and has posted an impressive one-loss record. We gauge our pitchers, not really gauge, but we have a thing up on the shed up there, and it's the 30 Club. Those pitchers who have won 30 games for us. It's sort of an indication of success. And I know we pitch down there and we look over at it, and as a freshman she looks over and she's looking at that, well, that's 30 games, and looked over as a sophomore, you know. And I know she thinks, you know, am I ever going to get there? Well, Deanna has already obtained that benchmark. As a junior, she has already posted 34 wins. This is before her senior year. As an offensive player, she is a force to be dealt with at the plate, having one of the highest batting averages on the team. In 2007, she made the 500 club. That's another one of these things Coach Ray has hanging up. In other words, if you bat 500 or greater, it's posted on the dugout. She had an average of exactly 500, which is a major accomplishment. She has twice been named to a list of league all-stars, and she is respected throughout the league by opposing coaches and players. One of the things that I enjoy working with Deanna is that she's a real person. As I got older, I sort of got set in my ways about a lot of things, and we have a group of kids this year that are just absolutely wonderful to work with. Deanna keeps me honest. It's kind of, you know, you get set doing things, and she reminds me constantly that that's not the only way to do things, and it's just been a great thing, and it's just been a pleasure to work with her and have her input into some of the things we do. One of the things that we try to coach is composure, especially with our pitchers. The interesting thing is I've never really had to coach composure with her. She gets out there, I know she's scared half the time, especially in some of the games, but she doesn't show it. My whole thing is don't let the other team show that you're upset or have any emotion. And she doesn't. She goes out there and she does her job. Sometimes she beats to a different beat. certainly not the one I beat to. But one thing as I have found as a coach, that when she gets on the field, she gives us everything she has. Knowing her parents, Mel and Ed, and we go back a long way. We go back to the days when, with Alan and the games that we had back there, and Ed used to throw some absolutely marvelous teams at us, and we used to have some real good brawls out there. I know it's easy to see why she has this great quality, because both of them accept nothing less than the best and have been great role models for Deanna in her life. Congratulations, Deanna. You deserve it, and I wish you the best, kiddo. Ed and Mel, come on, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Deanna Stimmer. To speak on our last honoree, Coach Eric Posgay.
I want to take the time again to congratulate all of our athletes on their great careers. It's refreshing to hear some other athletes that are non-swimmers or divers and hear everything that they've accomplished, and a little bit from their coaches as well. Before I recognize Katie, I'd like to recognize Katie's parents, Jim and Linda Zako. Katie could not have accomplished everything she has without your constant support and hours spent in car rides to the pool and sitting in hot natatoriums. You've developed a great swimmer, an even better person, teammate, and leader. Thank you, Jim, Linda, and the rest of Katie's family. As I wrap up with Katie here, it seems that she's always at the end of the line with the last name beginning with Z. It's a good thing that that's not applied to the pool, or otherwise she wouldn't nearly be as successful as she is. I've met Katie 4 summers ago, same time I met Jamie. Like Jamie, Katie has also many individual accomplishments. She's a state champion relay swimmer, individual state and relay medalist, district champion, and was a huge part of our state team championship. Like Jamie, I think these accomplishments are all outweighed by Katie, the teammate, leader, and person. Katie was also instrumental in our team's success the past 4 years, as she was, like Jamie, one of the first to buy into my training program. Like Jamie, she made it easier for everybody else to buy in, and because of it, she is an even bigger part of everything that we have accomplished. I hope that she can take pride in knowing that. Katie is also an exceptional teammate. I don't think in 4 years I have ever heard a negative word about her. I have only seen her influence her teammates in a positive manner. Katie is one of those rare athletes that make other people better around them. What they mean to a team is far exceeded by their own individual contributions to the box score. They make others better around them, and thus the team performs better because they are there. What differentiates Katie from all the athletes I've ever coached is her outlook on practice. She understands the purpose of practice. Practice is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to challenge not only the body but also the mind. And it's something that needs to be done at a high level, and in Katie's case, never missed. I don't think that I've ever written a set on the board that has intimidated her or has caused her to doubt her ability to complete it at a high level. I have never coached anyone who embraces the challenge of a hard workout more than Katie. Whether it's a distance set or an IM set or a breaststroke set, she honestly gives me 100% of everything that she has that day and Her mind never tells her can't. This is such a rare quality and has been instrumental in everything she has accomplished. She has put the work in, and because of it, she has succeeded at a high level. Her focus on detail also amazes me each day. There is hardly a day that goes by where she's not asking me how this part of her stroke is looking or what she can work on to improve. It's one thing to ask for constructive criticism, but then to implement it on a consistent basis is another rare trait that has made her success inevitable. She's not likely to grow to be 6 feet anytime soon, but she has never allowed that to get in her way of succeeding. Because of all this, I struggle to find a better definition for what leader by example means. I had a story up until yesterday that I was going to use to illustrate Katie's tremendous drive. It changed yesterday when I found a better one. I received a text message yesterday from her. She was concerned that she would be missing practice for the signing day today and asked if it would be all right if she can come in and do the full workout later this evening. This is a day to celebrate her athletic achievement. It is one that will still not get in the way of her missing a workout. Even on signing days, Katie's drive will still not let her miss practice. It's a tremendous drive and has led her to where we are today. Thank you for your tremendous contributions in the pool and your even bigger ones out of it. I look forward to your continued athletic and academic success at Duquesne. You will be missed. Thank you, Katie.
At this time, I'd like to first of all congratulate the 6 athletes that are up here on the stage. The many hours of time and commitment by them individually, but as important to people sitting in the audience today. You have sacrificed, you have supported, and you have guided these young athletes, and they would not be here without you. What we would like to do at this time, I'm going to ask all 6 athletes to go down in the front so Mr. Herb can take a group picture. We would then ask that the media, if you would like to do any interviews, you can have those done as well in here. When we go out to the back, there are refreshments. There's a cake for each of the athletes. They have their own individual cake. Those of you that are here for different athletes, you get to have some of their cake. You can take the cake home with you and if you don't complete it. Also, we have our school newscast. We'll be doing a DVD of this program, and all of the athletes will receive a copy of it so that you can show that to family members, etc. And again, Mr. Herb will be giving us some pictures that you'll get in the future as well. Thank you for attending, and once again, let's give a round of applause to some of the